Hey, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel, Supreme Medium Diviner. As promised today, I do have my full mediumship channeling on Malcolm Jamal Warner. He died on July 20th by drowning. He was 54 years old. In the community, the culture, we have taken a huge loss and we are all heartbroken over his passing. And everybody, just like me, just cannot believe it. I can't even come to terms with, like, what? Theo ain't here. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't even come to terms with saying that. So, of course, for myself and for everybody else, I had to go ahead and do this channeling to see what happened to our good brother, Malcolm Jamal Warner, because this is just unbelievable at this point. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you're somebody who don't understand about this matrix, if you're somebody who don't understand about the spiritual side, a lot of what I'm about to say is probably going to go over your head. There's been a lot of things that's been going on with me, and I'm about to share all of it with you. I'm not holding back on anything. I have instructions for Black women, so please make sure that you listen to this video in its entirety. If you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell so you can be notified. If you don't feel compelled, I'm telling you right now, share, comment, um, like this video, get into the algorithm. This is something that has to come out because they're ready to play now. And we can play. I'm with it. Okay. And also, please beware of the scammers. I do not have WhatsApp. If you need my services, you do have to go to my website to book. There's a clickable link in my bio. I'm also going to put it in the description of this video. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm not even going to hold you long. Foul play, foul play, foul play, foul play. There was nothing in my channeling about Malcolm Jamal Warner that indicated that Mother Nature had anything to do with his death, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know this. Malcolm Jamal Warner is who I went to. I went to the source, and he was very good in showing me things, okay? So his spirit is very strong, okay? Straight to the source. I did a video on TikTok and I told y'all that he was hiding something. I also posted it on here on YouTube. I found out what that was as well, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said, this is foul play. There was nothing about Mother Nature that Malcolm Jamal showed me to tell me that this was natural with like the current in the water. And the way y'all have to understand how these things work, this communication, because y'all don't understand that the way that we talk here is not the real way that we communicate. We communicate through symbolism, through signs, okay? And so I know how to break those signs down. I know what symbolism that he gives me and what it means, okay? So that's how I know Mother Nature did not have anything to do with this, okay? Also, how I know it was foul play is because he showed me someone fixing his food, okay? He showed me this twice. I have told you guys so many times, do not eat the food, okay? Food is like good or bad advice. And also what the food can do is make you sick as well. So whenever food is present and someone has died, I know that this was forced to shut them up. You got to understand, when someone can't speak, that is a form of death. All right. So he was given food. Someone was fixing food for him. Okay. So there is a group of Black men like himself. There's a group of them. And he was not a part of this group until recently. There is a woman who made this decision, okay, to put him in this group. They actually put him in the front of the line. There was one person in front of him, and he got between the middle of this person and that other person. He skipped ahead. They put him right there. He's next. So what that tells me is there was somebody before him that they got rid of, then him, and then there's going to be somebody after, okay? These group of men are very positive Black men, happy Black men, doing stuff great for the community. These men are men that are well rounded. Think about, you remember in school they had the beta club, and the beta club was for like the community, and they did they're known for doing all kind of things within the community. That's kind of what it reminded me of. Like, just well-to-do Black men who are happy and they were serving their community. They were doing well-rounded things that made them happy, and that also brought light to the community, to the culture, okay? they put him in that category. And what I mean by that and putting him in that category, not saying he wasn't always like this. Okay, we got to put you in a category where you're too influential. You're too influential. Also, this was retaliation. This was retaliation for Kerr County, for Texas, for the Nottoway Plantation. Okay, that's why I said they're ready to play now. They're ready to play now. This was retaliation. So, as long as we continue to build up the ancestors, as long as we continue to venerate, as long as we continue to worship, they're like, okay, we're going to take one of yours. That's why we got to get stronger. We got to start doing more. Okay? That lies on us. We can't let them do this. You understand what I'm saying? We got to start doing more. It's not just enough to venerate. It's not just enough to talk about it. What are you doing? I need you to find out what your gifts are. If you do know what your gifts are, stop being scared and do what you're supposed to do. Stop holding back. Okay? This is for you. If you hear me, stop holding back. Okay? Because they got me out here thinking I'm doing this by myself. All right? And I'm going to get into that later. Just like Biggie, how his death was planned, Malcolm's death was planned. It was orchestrated. There were some hitters that were, no, don't do this. Kind of like, we can't do this because it's Malcolm Jamal Warner. There were some people opposed, but the ones who weren't outweighed that and they went through with it. Malcolm knows all of this. He knows all of this. That's why he showed me all of this. And his spirit did put up a fight. His physical body did put up a fight. So don't think he didn't go out without a fight. Okay? If you can understand where I'm coming from, just think about slavery. How they punished all the slaves when one did something, and they did that by removing them or killing them. That was a punishment for everybody. So this is a punishment for all of us, but we're not going to look at it like that. I'm truly sorry that this happened to our good brother, Malcolm Jamal Warner. But I know he would not have changed anything about what he was doing. And so this is what I mean when you got to understand that the people who are in the limelight, the people who play in the matrix, this is what they're subjected to. This is what's on the line. Because you got to understand they have a platform. They've made money. They can do what they want to do. And when you have that few that go against the matrix outline, this is what they're up against. That's why I said yesterday, I wouldn't want to be a celebrity. I wouldn't want to be a politician. This is what you're up against. So people are always like, oh, it's got to be, you're always talking about these people when they pass their chance. But no, they can't. They're not like you and me. They're in the game. We're in the game, but they're really in the game. They're playing their parts. And when they find out they don't want to play these parts, this is what they're up against. Okay? I found out what he was hiding. Malcolm said they not finna recycle me. He hid his heart, his soul. He hid his soul so they can't get to it. They not finna recycle my energy. They not finna do that. So this is what I want y'all to do. We're going to continue to speak great things about Malcolm Jamal Warner. We're going to continue to talk about his great accolades, the things that he did, what he meant to the culture, what he meant to the community. That's what we're going to continue to do. Okay. We're going to keep him alive that way. We're going to venerate him. We're going to worship him. Okay. He has already, when I say his spirit is strong, his spirit is strong, he's already taken care of things. He hid his soul. Remember, I said we all have a double? They're not getting ready to use his energy. Remember, I told you they do this a lot. They do this a lot. Malcolm Jamal Warner, he did not do any type of soul swap or anything like that. He made sure they were not getting ready to recycle his energy. So he took care of that. Okay. And by taking care of that, because his daughter is part of his DNA, she's protected as well. So they can't use her either. That's why they were together. I believe it was probably his daughter. Okay. What I see is that, remember that I told you that his body was like kind of like swollen and stuff from the water. So the water, that part did happen, okay? He did die from a drowning, but it wasn't because a rip current took him. What I see is that him falling off of a boat. I see a man with a bucket hat on. That he has pale skin. He could be a Caribbean or he could be a white, but I know he is very pale white skin, and he's slim, and his body is so dry. It's just dry. I've seen spirits who have drowned in the water. Their body, I can see the water. It's not dry. I can see the grit of sand. Even when I see him in that little bit, he had no sand on him, like like he had been drug out. Nothing like that whatsoever. His body is clean, dry. Okay. And you got somebody that's behind him, somebody that's in front of him, and they're carrying him. And I'm seeing the vision now, and I'm seeing him going over this boat. But when they're carrying him out the water, he's dry. So I know he died from drowning, but he was unconscious when he went in the water. So, being that he's dry, it wasn't that he was in the water and all this and this and that, and he got wet in the current. No, it didn't happen like that. Okay, he made sure I see him. He made sure I could tell he was dry as a bone. Okay, so what happened is like he's breathing in this water. He's breathing in this water, and yes, he does drown, but not in the way that they said. Okay, so that's what actually happened. So y'all, and this has been, I've been having a lot of like, I've been traveling a lot in the astral since last week, and I've been really pondering, really trying to pick apart my astral travels. And I understand why now that I saw Malcolm Jamal Warner when I did, before I know that he died, because it was all leading me to this. So they didn't like what I said about Kirk County, so they wanted to show me something. So they're like, okay, she gonna see anyway. Let me show her. So when I channeled Trump and I was telling you about the duality and how we have a double and all that kind of stuff like that, what I did not tell you was that they let me in. I know where the souls are. I know where they keep the doubles. They said, you want to see it? Go in and see it. They let me in. When I tell you that, when they say hell is on earth, hell is on earth. When I walk, so it's a house. It's a house. It's on the beach. And there's a door to get into the house. It's a big house. But the house has all these different rooms. And when you go into one room, it leads to another house. So I went into one room, which led to another house. But in the house, there are no doors. It's very narrow, spacious, but narrow. No doors. So you walk out of one room and it's connecting to another. So it's narrow like coffins to me. Each room was narrow like a coffin, like a big coffin. I didn't like it. And I was not all the way asleep when I saw it. I was awake. All it took for me is to turn around on my right side to come out. So I was awake. All I had to do was close my eyes, and I saw, and they said go in. They let me go in. This is where the souls are kept. And when they swap out your double, they put you back out at sea. Remember I told you with Noah's Ark and how they had them in the ark, but that's really a coffin, and it was duality, two of each. They put you back out in the sea, back out in the water when they swap you out. That's why it's by the beach. And the reason why they let me see it is because they're ready to play now. But they didn't bank on me doing something that I always do. So last week, I saw them and they were being derogatory, and I got really, really mad. But what I noticed was I was the only one who got mad, but I was surrounded by all of these black people. So I was about to fight by myself. And when my spirit comes through and I wipe out, I'm very like I'm hot head and I act fast. But this time I didn't. I stopped and I said, not this time. I'ma wait. And not knowing that this was foreshadowing what I was gonna see a couple of days ago. And the reason why I didn't is because I realized the black people that I was around and while I was fighting by myself, they were trying to put me in a corner. I was around black people who don't get it, who fight with the enemy, who are with the enemy. So they tried to back me in a corner. They wanted me to think I was amongst my own. You know how they say all skin folk ain't kin folk. But when I realized I wasn't and I didn't act the way they wanted me to react, that changed the game. That changed the game. So I'm gonna tell y'all something for my black women. Be very mindful of who you're spending your time with. Be very mindful of who you're calling your friend. Be very mindful of the men that you're getting in relationships with. It's a lot of trickery and they're trying to back you into a corner. Be strategic. Think things through. Now, some of our black women are way far too gone. Some of the black community is gone. This message is specifically to my black women that I was talking to earlier. You know you got a gift, you know you got a job, and you're not doing it. Get off your ass and do it. We don't need any more anything else going on like Malcolm Jamal Warner. They ready to play now. We gotta fight. We gotta fight. This is spiritual warfare that's coming out in the physical. Okay? So do you want to be known as not doing your part when you get to that astral? And I'm gonna tell you right now, anybody that I come up against and I find out that they're not doing their part, I'm willing to take you out because you mean nothing at this point. You're useless. I'm just giving y'all a chance because I'm not doing it by myself. I will do what I need to do, but I'm not sitting here doing it by myself and you know good and damn well that you're supposed to be doing something, but you acting like you scared or you being lazy or you just don't want to be a part of fixing the problem. I'm giving you a chance, but it won't always be like this. I seen a whole bunch of y'all, a whole bunch of y'all, a lot of y'all acting like you down for the cause. I was ready to take you out, but I waited. I heard you. I listened to you. A lot of y'all are hurt. A lot of y'all think that you can take the easy way out of things. A lot of y'all think that you can ignore things and it's not your problem. A lot of y'all think that you can be manipulative. A lot of y'all think you can fake it until you make it. And y'all are walking around like you got your shit together. Y'all are walking around like you so elevated, but you're not. And I have no tolerance. So this is me giving you a chance. The Matrix is ready to play now. It is our responsibility to make sure that they do not win. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what has happened to Malcolm? There are a group that they're picking from. But if we come together and do what we've always done, what was done in the beginning, they can't do this. They can't do this. So I hope this gave you guys some clarity. I hope you guys understand what's at stake here. I hope you understand what needs to be done. And I hope you understand that this is a game, this is their game, but we don't have to play by their rules. We don't have to play by their rules. Okay? So, like I said, please like, comment, share, let me know your thoughts. Where do we need to strike next? Because they got to pay for this. They got to pay for this. They got to pay for this. All right. I will see y'all in the astral. Bye.